Hey everybody, welcome to my Suburban Oasis. My name is Soleil and I garden in a zone 6A here in mid-Michigan, and we have the pool open and I've been planting out some of the pots and we are really tidying them up in a way that I think is going to look beautiful, trying to coordinate the colors and make them look great with annuals as well as some perennials. So let me show you so far what we've done, and then we're going to plant up the really big large concrete planters that are at the end of the pool. I'm super excited to get this finished and have this project done. Let's take a look at the pots now. So we'll start by taking a good look at them from afar. They're starting to grow on and look better and better every day, and we're going to get a close-up look at them. I'll talk to you a little bit about what plants are growing in them and how they're doing so far. Well, here I am at the corner of the pool trying not to fall in so I can show you them nice and close up. But I'm thinking that these planters are looking pretty good. I did add this middle blue planter, and that one is something that we've had and planted up regularly, but this time I actually added a little bit of a pedestal by using a different pot and painting it the same color as the other pillars. So hopefully that looks pretty good. I think it does. Well, when we were working on these the other day, all I had was one Dracaena, which is the spiky plant in the middle, so I picked up another one of those, and then I went and got my sun patience and I planted those into these pots, and I think they are a beautiful, beautiful color. Now, we just had a lot of rain, so some things are a little bit droopy. But down here in this pot, I also picked out a purple Angelonia, and this is meant to go along with the grape punch Calibrachoas. So they haven't started opening yet. These were clearance find. I had cut them back. They've been in this pot for about 2 days, and you can see all of the brand new growth and the fact that they're getting ready to bloom. So we have this gorgeous purple color to go along with the deep fuchsia color, and I think that's going to be gorgeous. But in addition to that, I've also picked out some geraniums that are pink. Now, this may be a different color of pink, but I think it's going to go very well with this plant combination, because this impatiens right here, that's the sun impatiens, will actually get about 24 by 36 at some point tall, so it might actually hide out some of those geraniums. But we've got the exact same planting in both of these two pots. As this fills out, I think it's going to look really gorgeous. And then back behind it, we have the pot in the middle, which is a concrete planter. I don't have anything planted in the center of it yet, but around the edges, the snapdragons have reseeded, and those are a beautiful light pink color, just like that geranium I showed you. Now down here, we also have some more of those geraniums in the exact same color, so these will tie in those two big pots as well. And then, like I told you, in these pots we have planted some vinca, which I cut back, and now they're starting to show some blooms. So you can see that deep color that is almost an echo of the color of that impatiens. This one is a little bit more red in it, but in order to ensure that that goes along with all of the other plants that we have in the pots, I've actually added those down here. So in these pots, I have also coordinated colors. So we have the vinca right here that is by this dwarf Alberta spruce, and that means that that is going to tie in to those two planters that are the lighter color of blue. We have the yuccas that look really gorgeous, and I got some of these royal magenta color petunias, and those are planted throughout this planter as well as the other big blue planter. So that combo, along with this yucca and this beautiful pin cushion flower, is going to give us some more in that color family of royal magenta and purple. I also have some petunias and Calibrachoa in here that are going to be similar colors with the roses that I have. You can see these are kind of a lighter color. So I think these are going to tie in beautifully. All right, well, we are all set up and ready to go. I've got my concrete pots full of potting soil, and we are going to use this beautiful bog ice rosemary right here as the centerpiece. So this bog ice rosemary is something I got at Lowe's. I got it on clearance, and I have actually grown a few of these before, They are a little bit tricky to grow. They do like to have moisture for them, so I'm going to see if I can grow them in these pots. I don't know how it's going to go. They'll definitely require more watering than some of my others. The ones that are growing in the ground haven't gotten significantly larger, but I think these are going to be beautiful because they are mounding. They have this gorgeous silvery blue foliage on them, and they get to be about 2 feet high by 3 feet wide when they're mature, and they're also super duper hardy. They are hardy down to -40, which is zone 3, so I could grow them here potentially over the winter. All right, this is great. We have some petunias now to go with our bog ice rosemary, and these are actually just annuals, and you will see I got these on clearance as well. They look a little bit leggy because they've been a little bit too much watered. So these are Supertunia Royal Magenta Petunia, and I am doing these petunias because they go with the other ones that I have in the pots that I just showed you, and that will help to continue with the repetition around the pool. So we'll have some of the same colors all the way throughout the planters, and that just helps to provide a cohesiveness. If I was to plant something that was different colors in all of the pots around the pool, it might get a little bit crazy looking. So I'm trying to start tying things together around the pool and make it look just nice and relaxing and enjoyable for when you're poolside. So I'm going to take 5 of these and put them around the bog ice rosemary after we get that in, and I'm going to take 5 of them and use them in the other pot, and they should get quite large. Well, not super large, but they're pretty large. They will get about 12 inches tall by about 12 to 24 inches wide. So they should spill over the side of these containers and look really beautiful. And I think this is just going to be a beautiful contrast to that blue ice foliage with this kind of royal magenta color. These were originally $5.98, and I got them on clearance for $4 each. So it was $40 for the whole flat of them. And what I will do after I plant them is I will come through and I will actually trim off all of the flowers that are on there right now, leave them with a very small amount of foliage in the center, and that way they will become much more strong and robust, and we will get nice new growth from them after I also fertilize them. All right, well, let's get the bog ice rosemary in, and then we'll plant around it with these gorgeous petunias. Okay, before I put the bog ice rosemary in, I do want to put some hollytone in because it really prefers acidic conditions. It doesn't really like alkaline soil, and so I'm going to just put some in the bottom here, and then I'm going to mix it in as I fill around it as well. I have a feeling this is going to be quite root bound. Not too bad, but you can see the plant actually circling in on itself with new growth where it should be spreading out. Now I'm just going to start filling around it. All right, that's about halfway full, and now I'm going to throw in some more of that hollytone. And I know it looks like a lot, but it's definitely going to need it, I think, to stay healthy here in this pot. All right, now I'm going to start tucking in the petunias around the sides. Since most of the time we'll be looking from this front angle, I'm going to put one on the corner here. We're going to kind of tilt it inwards so it will spill over the side. And then I'm going to put one over here, and then 2 in the back so you can actually see some beauty from the back side as well as you're walking by. Now, if you're looking for clearance plants, this is definitely the time to start looking because it becomes the time when plants actually get underwatered in the nursery setting, and so they oftentimes will be all dried out and they just need a little bit of revival. And the technique that I'm using today, which is just to cut off the scrappy foliage like back to the rim of the pot, That's the technique that I would use with those flowers as well, to ensure that they could grow back and provide me with lots of flowering. Now, if you're wondering about the fact that I use the holly toning here with the petunias won't mind it at all. So these 5 plants are pretty evenly spaced around here. I may need to come back with a little bit more soil around them, but I will do that. I will get the other one planted and then I'll show you what they both look like together. All right, let's do it. I'm just backfilling this plant pot with some extra soil on top. This is some real nice fresh potting mix. So along with the holly tone, this will help to provide some really good nutrition for the plants. I also may kickstart these with a little bit of liquid like Miracle Grow as well. But we just got some rain, and I'm anticipating that we may get some more rain tonight. So I'm not going to water these in. I will see what happens tonight, and first thing in the morning, if it didn't rain, I will come out and make sure to get these thoroughly watered in. They are all very moist though in their containers. So I don't want to overwater them because I think that's something that's happened already to them. Okay, let me get the tags off and then I'll show you how these look as we back up from the pool. I think they turned out fantastic. I love that light silver gray foliage. And I love the way that the royal petunia goes with this. The royal magenta is an amazing contrast to the foliage of that roseberry plant. And I think that is going to be absolutely stunning when it fills out, don't you? This one down here is looking really good as well. And I love, love, love how it's going to look with all that Johnson blue geranium back behind it. All of the different colors in the potager. It's going to be beautiful. Now I've also taken some time to kind of color coordinate some of my cushions this year, so I got some brand new cushions that are a nice deep dark blue along with this gorgeous aquamarine that I have already had. Some people might call it turquoise or teal, but whatever color you call it, they're pool colors to me, and they remind me a little bit of the Caribbean. So all of those planters also then tie in with these beautiful concrete pedestal planters that we have here. These urns are quite large. We planted these up very first, and you can see how the colors are really starting to pop on them. More of the geraniums and the purple calibrachoa along with this deep, dark, rich colored potato vine. They really all are going to tie together nicely, aren't they? Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed being poolside with me and planting up the planters. I know we're going to enjoy them a lot this summer, and we'll give you an update soon as well, probably in a few weeks, just to show you what they look like when they're all full of blooms. It's going to be magnificent, I think. Well, I hope you are having a wonderful day in your garden, and we'll see you next time.